What's up? Welcome to another song appreciation post. It is Mac Miller with Miss Call. Miss Call admittedly was never a favorite song of mine. Miss Call was a song I've heard the lyrics this song before. My apologies. Actually paying attention to the video clip that was released with it. And admittedly, I didn't like the song at first. It was always an okay song, but back then I didn't never had a relationship, right? And then I had a relationship, and Miss Call was amazing. It was about so Mac is with this girl, and she keeps on texting him that she's better. She wanna leave. She wanna leave. So he's like, "Yo, leave. Nothing is handing you back, right?" And then it was just that, and the song was really good with just that, with just a girl. I kept on thinking that, well, I was young. I was 22, 23, which is still pretty old, but for me, it was young, mentally, maturity wise. I kept on thinking about the girl who just wanted to leave Mac, and Mac's like, it's okay if you leave me, I want you to be happy. Then I started realizing how truthful it is, and just how good that song was. And it took me 7 years because I listened to it back again yesterday. First of all, the video clip is amazing. Second of all, the song is about The song is about Mac not being a good boyfriend. The song is about Mac being obsessed with work, Mac being obsessed with making shows and making music, and the girl falling in love with him, but realizing that he doubting that he loves her because he's not present. And I don't think Mac Miller. I think when he thought about that, Mac was a very prolific singer, and is 9 years he did over 150 songs. Some of them I never even heard of, possibly more than 200, right? And you have to understand that somebody that does this amount of work, this amount of thing, you have to sacrifice itself. So maybe having sacrificed his relationship. Why is Miss Call is saying it's so good? He's like, in his mind, and back then, kind of cool because this was the song he did, and a couple of years later, he released a video clip. It was still alive when it happened. So in his mind, he's doing all this work. He's pulling all of these hours for the relationship, but he's not being there. So the relationship isn't happening, right? And it's so nuts because I do understand the fact that he's like, "Yo, I'm putting in these hours. You should be thanking me, but you're not there." So again, you're building a relationship without the other person. Relationship is two-person. And why this song is talking to me so much right now, I told you guys I did a day or two ago, I did a post on Mac Miller and remembering him, and I dived back into music, and now it is different because 10 years ago I wasn't producing content, forget about it. But now I'm producing music, well, not producing music, producing content. It does feel really different because admittedly I do understand that I'm putting a lot of effort. I'm filming a lot. I'm streaming a lot. I'm producing content as much as possible, and I do feel like I sacrifice a lot of social. I always prided myself into not. It's always been kind of like a pride for me, to be able to admit that I didn't have a social life to begin with, so I didn't have to make that sacrifice. I can I can understand reason. So this is my personal version. I'm gonna go back to Bangalore in a couple seconds. I can understand having a vision where you're basically what you call it. You're creating content and it's not working. I've been for 2 years and it's not. It's picking up. It took me a long time before it picked up. It took me a fucking long time. I didn't self promote. I never self promoted. Now, I know that it didn't work. So by it not working before, and maybe not working right now, um, I could have been remorseful and said, "Fuck, I sacrificed my social life for what?" But I didn't have a social life, so it was never an issue of sacrificing something. It was all I have, and it's still all I have. But I do realize that I sacrificed time with family, time with friends. There's a lot of outing I could have went to, but I preferred filming. There's a lot of vacation that I spent filming, right? And although these are my choices, these are the things that I want to do, and that's totally fine. There's this back thought that is telling me, well, you did make some sacrifices, right? And you understand that you're making those sacrifices. You're realizing that you made those sacrifices, and it's facts. It is facts. It is us understanding that, yo, I am sacrificing something. So in missed calls, Mac perception is a sacrificing relationship, and it's kind of cool because the video clip. So the whole time, my perception, I don't think it was wrong. It does feel like Mac is like Mac. It does feel it's kind of complicated. It's one of the better song he did to me. He tells there's the first verse, which he's talking about himself. Uh, it's like, oh, when I'm with your friend, you like you act like you don't know them. You're keeping me apart from my friends. You want me to change. And then he has his version, and she's calling him a superficial asshole douchebag. Wishing that I knew that I want you to have your perfume back. I can't be seen again with you and all your friend. It's so hard to pretend like life was way back then. So basically, what she's saying, is she's not trying to keep him from his friend. They have so many issues in the relationship that she feels better to actually pretend, right? And she's telling him that yeah, he's working hard, but she doesn't want cash. She wants him, and it's a hard thing because yeah, she in one way she is asking him to take a step back. And if somebody was to tell me take a step back from me filming, I'd get mad too. I would be pissed, but it doesn't come from I understand, I realize that it doesn't come from a place where they don't want you to succeed. It's coming from a place where we're dating and I want time and I deserve your time. We're together and you're treating me like I'm not even there. Right? So Miss Call is an amazing song when you're not in you've never been in a relationship. It's an amazing song. It's about a guy who's super prolific. We all love Mac Miller. He was such a good person. So when you have your boy and he's fighting, you want your boy to be up top, and you kind of want him to have the not the upper hand per se, but you want him to be like, you're gonna be good, bro. You're right. I got your back, right? And then you realize that he had his wrong in the relationship, and he does admit that he had this wrong in the relationship, right? And then you see the video clip years later, and you realizes that you're in the same position because you create content, and it might ruin your life. It might ruin romantic possibility option. It is a fear. It is a fear. There's also this fear of missing out. Say, baby, I got missed calls and emails, all going into details about how you're better just to go. I'll be fine on my own. It's a pretty sad song. You know, it's really hard. Like, we know Mac was in love with Ariana Grande, so you would expect her to understand what it is, but it was probably not about her. Mac was very busy. He would write us a lot of song, and I don't know. I just feel like, again, I'm fearful that this might happen to me, but it's not gonna happen to me because I'm aware of that. There's a difference between knowing that something's gonna happen and not knowing it's gonna happen. But even knowing it's gonna happen, am I truly gonna be able to prevent that? If tomorrow I was offered a chance to, I love the job I have. This is not an issue. If tomorrow I was offered a job to be able to make full-time YouTube, I would take it, right? And I realize that it's bad because I do love my job and I do love the people I'm with. I just want to have my dream. I'm 30 years old. I'm afraid that I'm getting a bit too old to create content, right? And I realize that this is bad because I'm letting people down. I'm choosing myself over my friends, over work, a job that I love. It's not a relationship, but it's still good. You know? I don't know, bro. I have no clue. But it was Miss Call. Love you guys. Peace.